We are live, starting
No,
with the big thing in the front, the billboard of us. Maga Mangione can't make it today. She is working this evening. So it's just a couple of white dudes and one black guy. White dudes for not Harris and black guy for Trump. That's how we're going with today's episode.
nice.
What
I like that.
happening? Yeah, you should start that. Black dudes for Trump. Like that should be the counter.
They already got it. They got niggas for Trump.
Oh yeah. I get the emails from them. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't like that, to be honest with you. I don't like that phrase.
Why?
Because it just sounds too like, why couldn't you just say, black men for Trump? You know what I'm saying? Why's it got to be niggas for Trump?
Kidding. Is there really the N word?
I'm not joking, bro. I'm not kidding you. They be literally wearing the shirt say niggas for Trump. I'm like, okay, it sounds cool when you say it, but when you no, don't do that.
No, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So, if you guys want to find us, here's where to find us. These are all of our Twitter handles, I believe. Is that we have? I'm sorry, X handles. Elon Musk. I want to get into the whole. I forgot. I don't know if I put this in the actual show description, but Elon Musk is giving $1 million a day to people. I want to talk about the legality around that. I think it's interesting because there's some similarities to something with an OnlyFans model in 2020 that was taken down. But here's today's episode 205. We're talking about the current betting trends. Donald Trump is right now looking like a favorite in the odds. Daniel Penny trial starts today, if everybody remembers that story, how this has made it this far, and this guy that actually was helping people and subdued a crazy man to death. Just so happens to be now in trial today. I think that happened, Cash, when you were still in prison.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that'll be when Casey and I talk, and then you'll get feedback. We might have to find the video on it, but I'll try to see if there is still video. I'm sure it's been squashed because it was a white man holding down a black person, and whatever, they died. The left is still ignoring the failure in the Helene Fall Out. Jay, the guy that we have on the show once in a while, perfect example of somebody that is a good American human individual that makes me want to throw up sometimes. I'm just going to throw that
Which
out.
Jay?
Not Jay Bushnell. Jay, calm Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay voting for Kamala, not Jay that hates Trump but not voting either way. There's two Jays.
So nice Jay?
What's that?
Nice Jay?
Yes. Nice Jay loves to get in my box. He loves to get in my box. Loves to get in my email and or not email, my chat, and just say things that make me want to pull my hair out because he's just wow. Anyway,
I mean, you got to understand something though, Russo. A lot of people, whether they're nice or not, on the left right now, bro, they are panicking. Trump is, bro,
he's celebrating. He thinks that they are running away with this.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting because I don't think so.
What planet is he on?
The White Dudes for Harris planet, which by the way, there's a meeting tonight. I kind of want to see what happens. When is Kamala's CNN town hall where they're not asking any questions?
Tomorrow.
So it's a town hall that I've heard that there is literally no questions from the crowd.
Correct.
Interesting.
Is actually, again, they're allowed to make up words like vaccine. They can make up words like the Democrat nominee. And now they can make up words like town hall on CNN when it's really just an interview in front of people.
Yeah.
Fucking, I can't. We'll have
why? Just why?
So what'd you say, Casey?
Nothing.
Jesus Christ.
What happened? What was
Where?
it?
My children. Oh my God, y'all can't hear it. I can hear it through the freaking headphones. My mom just walked in apparently, and Cammy, Nana! She's out there screaming, right? You don't hear that?
No, but it clearly sounds like what it's going to sound like when Democrats lose on November 6th.
I can't wait for it. Well, I'm not going to say that because I've been enjoying the peace. So you know what I did today? I know you asked, what you guys do today? So I'm going to tell you what I did first. All right. So today I got the GoPro 13 Black, right? And it's amazing. So I took it. And it's got the
asking for benefits.
It's got the media mod, right? So I threw the media mod on that joint. It's got the speaker and all of that, and very crystal clear sound. So I'm like, I got to give it a test run. I went around for about 2 hours today, walking around my community, asking people who they were voting for. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Only two people, well, one really said that they was voting for Kamala. The other one said that they're not going to vote at all, but they definitely ain't voting for Kamala. But if they were going to vote, they were going to vote for Cornel West. So it was an interesting day today. I'm going to be uploading that content. Since I got this now, I'm back at it. I'm in the streets. I'm talking to people.
Yeah, I think this is the rare occasion that I believe a no vote is actually a vote, and I understand it. People have been so brainwashed into thinking Trump is horrible, and then you've got Kamala that is actually horrible. That if you're going to not vote, I'm at this point, if that's what you want to do, if you're actively choosing it, not out of apathy, not out of somebody that will go and bitch the next 4 years. That's different to me. But somebody that literally is actively saying, I cannot choose because I think Trump is this and I think Kamala is this, so I am making my vote as a non-vote. Because again, I think libertarian is a non-vote also. So I think that
no, it's not a non-vote.
Terrible.
What do you mean?
The guy, isn't it the guy that
do you want, let me ask you this question. Do you want to get rid of the two-party system?
Yes, I don't think it's possible.
Well, why not vote for another party to give them an opportunity to where they get government funding and they can actually participate?
But look at what that party, I don't think that's the right. But look at what that party's.
I don't care. Pick another party.
Nominated the last.
I don't care. Pick another party. That is
this. Let me tell you, this election, I'm cool with it. If they want to give their vote to somebody other than Kamala Harris, run it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're not voting for Trump, I mean, if you're a libertarian, you're probably not going to be voting for Trump 9 times out of 10, right? For the way I see it. So it's just a vote taken away from Kamala. If you're independent, you're probably not going to vote for Trump. It's just a vote taken away from Kamala. So if you don't want to vote, or if you want to vote for a different party, go for it. I'm all for it, because that way it's not going to Kamala.
I'm saying it's not an active choice to not vote, an active choice, not an apathetic choice, but an active choice to not vote for either candidate or the libertarian is the same as, to me, it's still a choice. It's still an active choice. So
run it.
I just want to leave it there.
Run it.
All right. Let's start with, first off, somebody said something earlier. I forgot. Actually, Cash, can you tell everybody to share this and threaten them? Like, get real angry black with it to like force them to share it?
Nah, son. We ain't doing that. Word to mommy. No, if you guys could, though, I would greatly appreciate it. Wherever you're watching us from, if you could hit that share button and then give us a couple likes. Maybe send, you know what? This will help the algorithm. If you're watching on Facebook, right? Do me a favor. Share the video, but share it with somebody in a message. Don't put it on your page. Share it with somebody in a message. All right. If you're on X, just hit that repost. It's really, really simple. You guys have been pretty good at that, especially when I share. Did you guys see my little Trump ad that me and my daughter that we made? It was really good. Trump 2024 for the babies. It was good, man. If y'all didn't see it, go check it out. It's on my X page. But do the same thing that you did with that video with this video and hit that repost. Repost the video. I greatly appreciate you. I love you. Cash, over and out. Oh, YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, share it to another social media site. I don't care which one. Just put it up there for me. All right. Thank you.
So I want to correct Cash. What Cash meant by independent won't be voting for Trump. He meant independent undecided at this point. If you are an undecided independent, most likely you're not going to be swayed towards Trump at this point. I think everybody's they've made their mind. It's whether or not we can motivate people to actually go vote at this point. And then lastly, free. You commented on something I said earlier. You're commenting on here. I sent you a private message. I invited you to be the fourth tonight, just so you know, and you didn't respond.
Free turned us down.
He has a big show.
You forgot my name.
Oh, he has a big show here in just 45 minutes.
Yo, Free. Shout out to Free, everybody. If you haven't already, go over to X and give him a follow. That brother's content is dope. He puts a really good show together, and his intros are unmatched. And I say that as someone who created his own intro. Unmatched. The brother's cold.
Free in dumb.
Yes.
No, that sounds bad.
Yes, he puts the free in dumb.
Free dumb. See what I did there, but it doesn't work. Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was good. It was clever.
It's kind of like Kamala, though. She wants to give away free stuff, and she's dumb. That's what her version of free dumb is. God, I just made that up, and fuck, it's good. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the first thing. I want to talk about the betting odds. So I have a belief, and I kind of was messaging you guys a little bit earlier. Cash didn't see because his cell phone's just up and working at this point. So I see this. This is a ultimate destructive, divisive place we are in right now, because the left is going to freak the F out if Trump wins, no matter how obvious it is that he might be in the lead or whatever it is. They're going to freak out. There's going to be riots. There's going to be people panicking. There are going to be people freaking out saying, all my rights are taken away. This country's only run by rich white men. This is horrible. It's the end of the world. I'm leaving this country. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. That's going to be what happens. There might be rioting. There might be looting. There might be whatever. Now, for the right that is not easily put for protests and not put for riots, the right now has a valid claim that there is no way that Trump can lose 2 weeks out based on the numbers we are seeing, based on the polling, based on the Vegas odds, based on all of it, which now the Vegas odds, depending on which way you're looking, is anywhere from 60-40 for Trump to 65-35 for Trump, which is a ridiculous margin when it comes to something like this. And Vegas was accurate in the non-red wave in 2022. And I think they were just starting to do the presidential stuff. I think they were actually accurate with Joe Biden on a slight lead in 2020. So are we setting ourselves up? Because at this point, I don't think any of the three people on this screen, if Trump loses, based on everything we've seen, including the polling, including social media, including the just overall momentum, overall messaging, I don't think any of us would believe that Trump loses a free and fair election at this point. Would that be correct?
Ain't no way. I don't see him losing at all. There's no way. There's no way, bro. But I mean, you know what? I'm going to stop right there though, because I said the exact same thing in 2020. I was positive that we were going to wake up in November and he was going to be president.
Even more drastic this year.
Too big to rig. Yeah, 100%. But we'll see. You never know. It's still a little bit of time. We could still possibly go on lockdown next week. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, the big thing we also have to remember, and this is what I fear, is Republicans talking about this so much. They're going to be like, oh, okay, then it's okay. I don't have to go vote. I don't have to go wait in line. I got to go to work. And that's commonly the excuse from the right on why they don't vote. And so we have to remember, you still have to go vote. I don't care if it's 65% in the lead. Like it could be 90. Still go and vote. Make sure you are showing up.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Christians, gun owners, y'all got to show up, period. So I fear that because of, and what I'm trying to say right now is, if Trump loses, something inside me has a feeling that the right will finally lose it, because now the numbers are so even more drastic, and there's no COVID. Like COVID, if you want the reason why you could say Trump maybe legitimately lost in 2020 is the fact that he had this struggle of a bad economic year during COVID. They had to deal with this, and people were arguing if he was handling it correctly because nobody could handle it correctly. It's setting up a president for failure. That you can't use that now. You could just set up the sentiment of the country. You could set up the fact that even CNN on occasion slams Kamala Harris. Even SNL on occasion slams Kamala Harris. Obviously much harder on Trump. And then you look at the polling, you look at the data, you look at all these things that are painting heavy in Trump's direction. Will the right, if we lose, will the right wingers lose it? Will there be what I'm saying is, will there be riots in the street either way at this point?
I said it before, bro. I said it before. Something's going to happen. Something is going to happen. There's too many. And here, this is why I say this, right? Here's the thing. I don't know if you all have noticed on X the uptick in different militia groups, especially the rise of all these, swastikas and, white pride and all of these kind of groups popping up for Trump, right? Obviously, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them, you could tell these are not Trump supporters. These are people that are out there to try to make Trump look bad and stir up the whole white man, boogeyman thing that they put out there. But it is working. There is people that are gravitating towards you could go and watch the views that they get on X and see how many times it's reposted and how many people share in this rhetoric and believe it. And you look at the comments and they're saying that in people's chats that if they steal this one, there's going to be a civil war. They're literally saying this on people's, and I'm not saying that just by the way, YouTube. I'm not saying that. We're not calling for civil war. None of that. We want peace, unity, love, all of that good stuff. But other people don't have the same, they don't have the same feel. And it's a honeypot. It's really what it is. It's a honeypot setting people up. Think of a massive January 6th. That's what I think.
I just pray that Trump wins, because I think what's going to happen is the rioting and the craziness on the left will be short-lived. If indeed, and it'll be a weekend, it'll be a whatever, it'll be the typical bullshit. But I think on the right, if we hit the tipping point, and I hope we don't, I hope we don't, but I do think that it would be a prolonged issue if Trump loses, if the right decides to hit their breaking point. I just think that. And to your point about the Nazis marching up and down the street, here's my thing. The white supremacists that are supporting Trump, are they that stupid to think, and I think white supremacy is nowhere near the top threats in this country. I think it's very, very, very low, and I think there are a minute amount of numbers. But if you were to take them, the white supremacists, do you think because the last numbers I saw from like 2016, which I've heard it's grown, which is possible, say it's 40,000 people that are still part of the KKK in this country, which is too many, but still. Do you think they're dumb enough to not realize that if they go let their freak flag fly with the Nazi symbols and the symbolism with Trump, do they not understand that it hurts Trump's chances to be president? That's why, to me, it's very obvious that these are paid actors. They're all covering their face. You're never seeing the Nazis without the faces covered and then the flags. To me, it's the obvious setup, because no matter how stupid a white supremacist is, they have to understand that their support of Donald Trump hurts his chances if they let their freak flags fly.
I mean, I don't know. Some of them are real Trump supporters, bro. I'm just going to say it. Some of them are definitely for real Trump supporters that are just that stupid and that ignorant that they don't care if it hurts Trump, because in their mind, they think that Trump is like them.
Those are the ones with their mask off. And I have seen a couple like that. But for the most part, those major marches with the dudes in khakis, they call them the Fed boys or whatever it is, like those ones to me are completely staged and fake.
Well, you could tell which ones are staged. Like you say, it's the ones that do got their faces covered up and doing all the, pulling up in U-Hauls and jumping out. Yeah, that's obviously that stage. But the ones that are out there in the public with no mask on, holding up signs and spewing all, them are legit, like they support Trump. And yeah, they're rallying people for a case where they gotta, maybe do something crazy against other people in the country. And that's how I'm gonna leave it there. It's a real thing, and you're right. They are a minority as far as, real Trump supporters go. They are a very small minority, because more people that are Trump supporters got common sense not to look at people for race. But if they grab a whole bunch of other ignorant, think about, like, for me, it's easy to see because I see like the gang culture. It's easy to get somebody to join a gang and do some things that they normally wouldn't do because they want to be a part of this brotherhood. That's what these people are offering. They're offering a brotherhood of, like, you're white, we're going to stick together, we're going to protect you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. Casey, go ahead.
No, I don't disagree with what you guys are saying. Will people be mad after Election Day? Yes, there will be. Both sides. Will there be riot in the streets? I don't think so. If Trump wins, it's probably more likely, but I also don't think that it's going to be as significant as what we saw in 2020. I think people are so fed up with the entire government in itself that it's going to have to be something like Antifa going out and doing it. But Antifa is kind of going away. They're not really active anymore. So
they are active. They're literally rocking the Nazi flags now, pretending to be Trump supporters.
That's probably who's doing it, to be honest.
I can't think of that group's name. But
we don't know. But again, it depends. And thank you, because last week Casey was pissed because we didn't tell him his mic sucked. Nobody told me yet, and I just realized that I was on the wrong microphone. So does this sound better to you?
That does. That sounds way better.
It sounded different to me, but I'm like, I don't know if it's really what he wanted it to be like or not. So
yeah.
Ultimate sleep, bro. What's your deal, bro?
It's got to be.
What is your deal, bro? Like you saying things to me as if you got a personal problem, my bro.
Yep.
You know who it is? It's the
I don't.
same. It's got to be what's his face?
Truth Seeker.
Truth Seeker. You
No.
can tell by the you can tell by the verbiage.
Talking about you pretend you for unity. I am for unity. I'm just not going to unite with everybody for any little thing. I'm not going to unite with somebody who I think is a flat out racist. That's, you know what I'm saying, out there in the streets trying to cause mayhem, calling for civil war. I don't unite with that. I unite with good. That's it. And if you got a problem with that, I mean, hey, you say you just got done saying white supremacy are real, and now you say it was Antifa. No, man. You see, you got selective hearing, bro. You got selective hearing. Go back and listen again. Some are real. Some are obviously Antifa, and you can make the distinction of who's who if their face is covered up. But I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with you, bro, because you're going to piss me off today and get me out of character. Yeah, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Straight up. So tread lightly, my guy.
I want to say one last thing on this topic. I think the Southern Grammy Wolf, I think most of the left will accept their adults. I agree, but it's always the loud 5%, you know? And also, here's the thing. The Vegas betting odds still show Kamala Harris winning the popular vote, 60-40. I think it was like 58-42 or something like that. And again, that's most likely going to happen because of California, New York, population, and some of the big cities where he's going to win big, where she's going to win big. So that's going to be the rallying cry for the left to say, this is why it's unfair. The popular vote is all that matters. The electoral college is bullshit, even though I have no idea why there is an electoral college. And I'm not educated enough to understand how important the electoral college is to actually give a voice to people in this country, but whatever, they're going to go berserk. And that to me, I mean, either way, we're setting ourselves up for a crescendo. And I'm curious what happens. And I honestly, I don't know where I'll stand on that, and I say this carefully. If Trump were to lose, that's all I'm going to say. Joe Rogan, official, the 25th of this month, which I believe is Friday. Joe, is that when they are airing it, or is that when he's recording? When Trump is recording it? Do you know, Casey?
I heard that's when he is recording it.
Okay, so they're going to have to drop it soon after. If you guys, I don't know if
bro, that's gonna be the most listened to
by far,
bro,
in history.
They about to break records.
It'll go up there with Shannon Sharp and what's the dude's name that they did the
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams. That one did. I think that holds the current record for the most views on any podcast show in history. I think this will be right there. So the thing is, its half-life is shorter than the Cat Williams one. What'd you say, Cash?
Comment down there, Lenny 23. Oh no, I'm sorry, April. April, the site is awakenotwokestore.com. Awakenotwokestore.com.
It's on and it's also on the bottom of the screen right now. It's
going on the ticker right there.
Yeah.
Right there. See it? It's going across. Tick, 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 tick.
God, and this thing also, California will let anyone vote. I don't know if anybody saw the latest Project Veritas drop where they have a clip of a guy that illegally voted in the last election, admitting to it. He was unregistered. They videoed it. He was unregistered. He was on a work visa from a different country. And the woman's like, "Oh, I don't think you're supposed to be able to vote." And he's like, "They let me vote last time." And the woman goes, I remember him. We had this issue. And the woman goes, "All right, just go ahead and vote. We'll let them sort it out." So the thing is, nobody's going to sort it out. These votes are going to count. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you haven't seen this, Casey, check out Project Veritas.
But Russo, there's no such thing as election fraud. People can't do that.
I'm down to do a long Tuesday night next Tuesday. So
I'm game.
Yeah. Or not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after. Speaking of that, before we get into the Joe Rogan. Oh, this is what I was going to say, and then we'll talk about next week and the election week. I said one of the October surprises. I said this like several months ago on radio. Don't know if I said this to you guys. I said one of the October surprises is going to be that Joe Rogan will have Donald Trump on, which now Kamala Harris is not going on, from what I understand.
She wasn't going to go on no way, bro. Let's be real. She was not ever going to go on Joe Rogan. She knows better than that. He going to ask her the real questions. And I wonder what accent she was going to bring. Was she going to be Selena that day? Was she going to be Indian Kamala? Was she going to be Black Kamala? Was she going to be I'm with the rich people Kamala? We don't know what we're getting with Kamala Harris. She would never go on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Are you going to be with your sorors?
That's crazy.
Do you think that he'll handle the interview differently if he would have had both of them?
No. No. Joe Rogan shoots it just how he shoots it, bro.
You can't say that because I guarantee you the next person, the person to go second, will get extra follow-up questions and information from the prior podcast. So yes, I would say that.
I don't necessarily mean that he's going to handle it different, though.
I think he will go slight, and I'm not, and you know how I think Joe Rogan's going to go pretty hard, but I think that if he would have had both, I think he would have gone harder on Trump than he will if he's the only one. Because let's be very clear, Joe Rogan, whether he admits it or not, will be voting for Donald Trump.
Well, so of course.
The question, well, he's not endorsing him. He's not saying that, but
that's because he don't want to lose his podcast.
Well, he won't lose. He won't lose his podcast. I mean, he won't. But I think that he understands that if he does what he has the ability to do, he is the most, to me, talented interviewer. What he did with one of the most preeminent doctors in the world, Sanjay Gupta, when he dismantled him on his show with facts that he should, like, that shows how talented he lulled him to sleep for 40 minutes. He has an ability to destroy people if he wants to. I think he will choose to not destroy Donald Trump, knowing how important it is for Donald Trump to win. I think he will ask some hard questions. I think he will follow up, but I think he will strategically target it in the right way to let the American people make a more informed decision, in my personal opinion.
We'll see.
Yeah. By the way, what's her face? Call Her Daddy, the second biggest podcast show, is actually lost following after doing Kamala Harris. Yep. So the second biggest show in the world of podcasting is her, and she did get flack for her Kamala Harris interview. Fun fact.
A lot. A lot.
What am I reaching about? I'd like to know what I'm reaching about. All right. So next up, what are we going to go into next? Daniel Penny. So Cash, you don't know about Daniel Penny. Do you have any?
I'm sorry. I just got to read this real quick for this person. Hawthorne men accused in voter fraud plot to obtain 8,000 mail-in ballots for non-existent or deceased persons in California. Oh my God. 8,000 people? That was just the one guy. The other guy got more than that.
There was a guy in Texas, or a woman in Texas, that got incarcerated for 8,000.
But it's not true, so there's no such thing as voter fraud.
What?
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It makes me upset because it just.
Did he say there's no such thing as voter fraud?
Talking about that they lied about it. It's not a lie, bro. It's not a lie that there was voter fraud. There's always voter fraud, but there was just a crazy amount of voter fraud in 2020. It just gets swept under the rug. All you got to do is a simple little Google search. Even Google can't hide this. This is in California. It was big news in Cali. You just ain't ever, take the time to check it out.
Texas too. Thinking that Rogan's won't be dismantled if he tries to talk against Trump.
He won't.
I don't know what that means. Do you know what?
Taking away, he would lose his podcast if he talked against Trump, as implying what Cash said. I don't think Joe Rogan would lose his podcast, even close. Joe Rogan has a lot of independent people that listen to him that are not all in on Trump.
No, I thought Cash was saying I was saying that he hasn't endorsed Trump, and you said he would lose his podcast if he endorsed Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He would lose it if he endorsed him?
No, yeah, if he came out and said I'm voting for Trump, he's going to lose a ton of people that listen to him that are Kamala or Democrats or toxic liberals. And the people, I mean, I don't know if they can still take his podcast away because he ran into that problem before. No, and now I guess he got different servers or something, so they can't shut him off.
Well, and he's also it's contract. I mean, they technically can shut him off, and he would still get his $200 million. So I mean, either way. Sorry, we're good. We figured this out. We got to the bottom of it. All right, next up, Daniel Penny's trial. Casey, can you find any video? I've got the story behind it. For anybody that doesn't remember, if you can find any video of the actual situation, but the manslaughter trial and the death of Jordan Neely, who was a African-American man with mental issues, that trial is starting. I was very big. Some of my most viral content was actually talking about what's his name? Daniel Penny. I always wanted to say Jordan Penny. So Jordan Neely is the guy that died. Daniel Penny is the one that put him in a chokehold. He was a veteran. He actually, I believe, people were always like, I think that because he was like, he traveled the world. He was kind of bohemian. Everybody was kind of under the impression that he was probably more liberal, but he is also a soldier. He was a veteran, and he was in great shape, young, saw a man acting crazy. Turns out that man that he didn't know this. Turns out that man has had 40 priors. He has been a nuisance in the subway. I'm not going to say it's his fault. He battles with severe mental illness, but this man was threatening people in a train, to which when it got to be too much, and everybody who was the witnesses on the train said they were afraid for their life. A couple of them said, I was afraid, but he didn't have to kill him, which he did not kill him. He put him in a chokehold on the ground, which we've seen the videos of. And by the way, he was still breathing when they finally got to the station. I think they did do a toxicology. He did have drugs in his system. And he got arrested. Shockingly, I thought this was the most shocking case, because it sets a precedent that boggles my mind, that if somebody is acting crazy and you want to protect men, women, children, whatever, that you are at risk of, if you accidentally kill somebody that is going crazy, could potentially end up having a manslaughter trial.
Now, how long did you choke him for?
They originally said, the original news, and this is where people's brain went, I think did the original news say 10 or 20 minutes?
No, damn. That's a long time to choke somebody.
It was more of a submission hold. It wasn't choking. It was putting him here. But it cut off.
I got a little clip of that. I was trying to find the better video.
So let me see what the time was, because I believe as though it ended up being, I remember it being 2 minutes. They originally said 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Let's see if I could find these. So he was discharged honorably from the Marine. He was a Marine. 2020. Let's see. During the trial, lawyers prevent evidence ranging from bystander videos. They're saying that he could have been, they're calling it racist just because he was black, which is ridiculous. God, where is the amount of time? Here, I'll look it up. Video circulated. A video circulated online shows part of the incident begins with Penny holding Neely in a chokehold on the floor of the train after several minutes of holding him down off camera. So he held him down, and then he had him in a chokehold. They're calling it a chokehold again. I don't think it was a chokehold the whole time. This is MSN.
We just played the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been reading this article. Do it one more time.
Let me get back to it. I was trying to find the original one. Where did that go? Come on.
He surrendered, by the way. Penny surrendered because he did everything that was asked of him, even though it was complete and utter bullshit.
So here's a picture of it. This will do enough. So he did, but
he's choking the hell out that dude.
Well, this picture
from that picture's angle anyway.
Yeah, when you watch the video of it, it's not really that hold tight, but he's really just holding the guy from moving is most of it. And
he's fighting. The guy's fighting. And if you notice, other people helped him. There was another guy. There was a black guy helping him hold him down.
So that guy's a cop that's doing that?
Who?
The guy that's choking him?
No, he was an ex-Marine. He was he was just somebody on the train protecting other people.
Yeah.
Because he was coming at other people. So he subdued the guy that was threatening to attack because he was getting up in people's faces. Saliva was coming from his mouth. He was yelling at people. And finally, I don't know how it became between him and him, but finally I think he went at him and he just put him down on the ground, held him down. And multiple people helped, which I think it's ironic that not a single other person, including the black guy that helped him. That was the one thing I remembered in the video, is another black guy helped hold him down. He didn't get any charges. Which I don't think any of them should have gotten charged.
So he was pretty much doing this. This is not the same guy, but this is what the scenario that's going on New York subways. Is this guy's just freaking out at people, yelling at them, and doing all kinds of stuff, like hopped up on drugs, and no one wants to do anything about it. But Daniel Penny at least was like, "You're not going to be hurting anybody. Like, I'm going to deal with you." This is not the same guy. That scenario,
I mean, and did the dude? Okay, let me ask this: did the guy touch anybody? Was he physically touching anybody, or was he just acting crazy?
I'm not
There
sure.
were verbal.
Because if he didn't touch anybody, you can't. You got freedom of speech. You can't restrain someone if they're just talking shit.
You can't threaten people's lives.
Not
He
a
said
verbal
that was
threat.
the thing I do remember. He said he was threatening to kill people on the train.
Okay, but did he threaten to kill him?
I think he said he was going to kill everybody.
I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it because if he didn't threaten him specifically,
Why can't I find it?
then he was wrong.
Mr. Penny, let's see. Child's 26 years old. I'm trying to find the exact amount of time that they ended up finally figuring out that it was.
Neely. Neely was his name, right?
4 minutes. Less than 4 minutes. 2 other men involved. They said the video shows how Mr. Penny continued to hold on, his arms around Mr. Neely's neck and legs wrapped around the homeless man's body. Mr. Neely, by the way, one of the charges, again, Penny wouldn't know this, but he did also try to steal a 10-year-old child at one point, but that's a different day.
I'm not saying that the dude's not maybe a drug problem or a piece of trash in real life. All I'm saying is he can't be touched unless he's touching somebody. And depending on the state you live in, because in Indiana, if somebody threatens that they're going to kill you, you can't touch them unless they touch you. You got to be defending your life. You can't just, if somebody says, oh, I'm going to kill you, you could call the police and say that they're making threats and then they're going to make you get a restraining order. They're not going to go physically subdue somebody unless there is a literal threat. So, I mean, I don't know.
So now they're saying there's no evidence. They're saying 6 minutes. However, there's no evidence of that. The only evidence they have is less than 4 minutes. Let's see, treatment. I guess he was in use. He used K2, synthetic drug. The guy. Prosecution. The only reason driving is to get them to devalue Mr. Neal. So they're trying to get his drug records out, thrown out, including his toxicology, because it would dehumanize him, even though he was high at the time.
So what are they charging the guy with?
Second-degree manslaughter, I believe.
Yeah, that's a fair charge.
Yeah, I think you and I are going to strongly, vehemently disagree on this. But
I mean, it's fair. He didn't mean to kill him. That's a second-degree manslaughter.
He didn't kill him though. He was still breathing and alive.
Yeah, but the injuries resulted in death. Him choking him out is probably what caused him to die. On top of his drug use. So it's one of them cases where you need to be careful how you deal with people because you don't know if they are already on the road to destruction, and now you're going to get blamed for it, even if it wasn't you per se, but you helped kick it into high gear because of what they were already on. So it is what it is.
So are you saying that George what's his face deserved to be charged with murder? Deserved to be convicted of murder? No. So how is this any different?
He should have got manslaughter.
So he should have got manslaughter in terms of what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank?
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin. Yeah.
So he should have got manslaughter.
He should have got a lesser charge, but he should have been charged because he did something that was outside of the scope of what he should have did. The dude was on the floor for that long. 9 minutes is a long time to kneel on somebody. I mean,
but he again, I think that Chauvin has many, many issues.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have. So from a manslaughter perspective, how are you saying that he did what he wasn't supposed to be doing when the actual book shows that he did the right form of restraint?
I understand what you're saying, but the police department is saying that that's false. So I can only go off that. I feel you. I understand. But the evidence says that it's false, that no one is supposed to be kneeled down for that long. That's supposed to be
testimony said it was false. Not the actual police department manual, which was thrown out, not allowed to use. The police department manual said that that's how you detain them, and then there was evidence of
to detain them, not to keep them on the ground for 9 minutes. He was already detained. The reason why Chauvin got screwed is because dude was already in cuffs. He was already cuffed. He was detained. Once you get them in cuffs, you're supposed to get up off of them. He stayed on them. That's where he got hit. That's how he got screwed. He
got screwed on a bunch of different levels because they actually said that he wasn't even supposed to.
That's why they made it look like that's a murder because He's already detained, and you're still on top of this dude. So it seems like you did it on purpose. Even though like I told you, I've dealt with Chauvin. I talked to him. We've had our conversations. He didn't mean to do what he did. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's how it looks. It's optics. It looks like you meant to. You got all these other priors. You got 18 different complaints at your police department for being a piece of crap cop. How you want people to perceive you. You created this chaos now.
See, so Kelly says maybe show Cash a video of how the guy was acting in the train before the Marine stepped in. I think there's video, which I think there was, but unless, and I don't know, I don't remember. I don't think there was physical contact. I think it was more threats on people's lives on the train. So no matter what, if the guy was acting crazy, Cash is saying that no matter what, Daniel Penny did not acted out. He acted out of line because there was no threat made directly to him. Maybe. Yes,
he didn't get a threat. He had nothing to do with it. Put plain and simple.
So as a man, Cash, and
I understand what you're gonna say. I feel you.
As a strong man. So if you were on the L in Chicago and you've got your family with you, say, and some guy's acting a fool, and he gets up in your daughter's face.
That's different. Now that's different.
How is that different?
Because he's in my daughter's face.
That's not different at all.
The dude was in his daughter's face?
In the court of law, so now it's semantics.
No. You know, you're asking what I would do. I'm not saying that I wouldn't get the same charge. I should get the same charge.
All right, I got you. Okay, so you believe in the charge, but okay, let's take it off. Say there's a young girl that's not yours, that's sitting next to you, that's with her mother, no father, just mother. And some 5-year-old girl, 6-year-old girl is getting threatened by a crazy man saying, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your mama. I'm going to kill everybody. What do?
I'm going to get in between them and provoke him to touch me.
Get him to touch you first.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, bro. I'm raised in the hood. I know exactly how to do all of that. I'm not going to touch you first. Especially I got a whole, I'm on probation. I'm going to provoke you to touch me. And once you touch me, I'm going to light your ass up like something you ain't never experienced in your life. And hopefully you don't lose your life for it. But if you do, now I got a justifiable reason. My life wasn't threatened, as all I did was one piece them. Boom. And I'm not going to choke you. That's one thing. I don't do the choke. I'm not going to choke you. I'm going to box you. And when I box you, I'm going to put you to sleep. And when you go to sleep, whatever, if in the words of the Russian, if he dies, he dies.
So the thing is, that's actually much more assaulty than holding somebody down. I mean, in all reality, there was a chokehold. Somebody put in the comments that he never lost consciousness. I mean, he didn't lose consciousness. He didn't lock it. If you don't lock the chokehold for a period of time, you're not going to go unconscious unless you're on massive amounts of drugs. Again, we're talking similar situation. So Don's point. So you can't be a good Samaritan anymore unless you figure out exactly how to make sure this person touches you first. To me, my ultimate thing is, as a society, we've lost the ability to step up and protect other people. And that's this mentality that what he did was wrong because he didn't perfectly get in the way. Let the guy hit him first.
No, he was right to me.
I get it, but if we believe that this is the right charge, and this isn't someplace to set precedent, then we've set it up where here's the deal. That 10-year-old girl that got taken by the same guy, criminal, that same girl that got taken, the next time he could have gotten away with it. So I have this belief system when somebody is doing something blatantly wrong, that if an accidental something happens because they're high and because they're going crazy and because they're hyperventilating and because somebody is protecting, I feel bad that somebody lost their life. I feel much worse about Neely than I did about George Floyd, but I feel bad about the loss of life. But I cannot bring myself to think that this should be tried legally. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I can't waste any sleep on it.
Well, look, just to be fair, let me say, I think the brother should be free. I get it. I understand. But I'm saying from a legal point of view, from looking at it, the law, just looking at it like that. They didn't overcharge him underneath the law. They gave him.
Do you think the charge is one thing. Do you think he should be convicted?
Like I said, I got to look into the case more. Off of what I know right now, just seeing what I've seen and how he was choking him. But y'all saying that he didn't lose consciousness?
No, I can show you the video of that. I wanted the video beforehand.
So then I don't think he should be convicted of manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? It should be considered a battery. But then again, the battery, what caused him to die is, I guess, what we got to look at.
Probably.
That's how we got to look at it. What caused him to pass away?
Drugs and also his own. I don't think it was an overdose like George Floyd. I think he had a mild amount of drugs in his system, which led to also hyperventilation. And him also, because of his mental illness, he hyperventilated.
That could be.
Could be.
I mean,
could be. I don't know. I gotta look more into it. This is a touchy one. This is a tough one. But if I had it my way, if I made the law, I would have said, all right, we're gonna give you a assault charge because you ain't have nothing to do with it. I understand you was trying to be a good Samaritan, but you should have made sure that he touched you first and then, schooled him on the game. Definitely don't think that he needs to do no time, like no crazy time. He obviously didn't mean to do that. He was trying to protect people, but in a society that we live in, we got rules, bro. We got laws, and they're for a reason. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Just to speak to this guy's character, he was arrested 42 times. He punched an elderly lady on a subway in a prior incident, not in this one. Like, that tells you what he's been doing, and it just keeps going on. Now,
and real quick, Casey, and then back to you. And maybe as a Marine, somebody that's been in these situations, maybe you can sense when it's about to escalate. Like,
true.
And again, when you're telling me that his next step would have been punching some woman or punching some child, I'm glad that he put him down. Casey, finish up real quick. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
You're good. I see where you're saying this, Cash, but you're just taking the text from the book, which is also very dangerous to do, and to be able to take it that way and apply it, because in a lot of scenarios, then you are taking away your right to defend yourself or to defend somebody else. If it's an elderly lady, you don't want somebody up in their face yelling at them or even doing any type of sign of aggression at them. A man should step in and be like,
I agree.
Move away.
I agree. I think that honestly, any kind of person that is a vet, any kind of military, like especially if they're combat tested, when they come back, they should have like the immunity that cops have. They should be treated, a little bit differently because they're able to identify them kind of situations. And we need to be able to trust their judgment call on what was needed because they've been in the field dealing with things that are even more extreme than what they're dealing with here.
They are,
you know what I'm saying?
But they're treated the opposite way.
That's what I'm saying. It's foul.
Deadly weapon.
That's not cool.
So, but again, there are some ones that are trained correctly, but are also a little, they didn't make it back 100%. So, then there's that. It's a sliding. The thing is this, my final statement on this, it's a sliding slope. It's a gray area across the board. So when it's a gray area across the board, you have to assess the situation and look at this and go, yeah, no, like, because based on whether he's Marine and he's a deadly weapon and what he did, and somebody even mentioned the fact that he was restraining him. And you know what? If you look at it,
that wasn't just restraining, though, bro. I'm sorry, he was choking that man. From the picture that I seen, that dude was choked. That brother was choking him. That's different.
Under the chin.
Yes, hell yes. And then the other guy's pulling downward.
Hang on.
From the video, it looked like he was pulling down, so that probably contributed to him being choked. So. That's a good point that Ultimate Sleep made. He said if somebody has a car accident and they didn't mean to kill a person, they still get a manslaughter charge, and that's the thing that's happening right there.
That's not choking. The guy's still moving.
This has been widely.
Yeah, he's not super.
Maybe not on that clip, but they said it's 9 minutes of him choking him, bro.
There's not.
It could have got a little tighter.
I wish I had the whole video because. Yeah,
that's a choke, bro. That's a choke. That is a choke.
Do you see where his chin is? A choke is underneath the chin.
No, not just the chin, bro. I could choke somebody with my forearms and my bicep, bro. If I'm squeezing, and it might not look like it, but I'm telling you, I could choke somebody.
That's restraining. That's not choking.
Nah, man. Nah, I don't think so. I think that look at his face even. He's not restraining him, bro. That dude, he's choking.
I respectfully disagree.
And then he's pulling down. Look at dude's neck is up. His neck isn't tucked. It's up. He's on his neck, bro. He's on his neck.
That is not a choke.
That's a choke.
You're not military and you're not police. That is actually a choke is very, very, I'm not going to say it's very different. It's different. It is up and under.
I can tell you in the UFC that.
Okay, it's not a proper choke, but that's a choke. The motherfucker, he died. He died.
Correct, Casey?
Yeah, that guy's not tapping out anytime soon.
Oh, he tapped out permanently.
Well, I know, but in the UFC, that is not like you see a real choke in the UFC. This guy in this video here it's not. I would like.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Maybe in this video, it's not as extreme as what he was doing. I could say that. But in the picture that I seen, that was choking.
This has been wild.
That's not the
So
picture.
the other thing I want to say, do you notice Daniel Penny's face and the struggle that he is in? When you are giving somebody a full-blown chokehold, you don't need that much energy. Because
This
once
has
you're
been
under
widely
and you're
called-
locked in, you've got it. So
That's-
like, Cash,
That's not the one that we seen. If you show
the other photo.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
So the other when you're in a chokehold and when you've got somebody really locked in, you've got them locked in. You're fully in control, and they will actually be knocked out. Like,
oh, I know. I've choked people out. I know.
But if what he's doing there, when you're using all that energy, it's because you have him unlocked. When you unlock somebody and they're still struggling, you are using a lot of energy. If you lock somebody,
Kelly,
and you've got them.
read Kelly's comment.
On the sides of the neck that technically restricting blood flow to the brain will become choke can be a restriction of air. Yeah.
So he technically still could have ended that guy's life. Maybe he cut off the blood flow to his brain that caused the injury that made him not come back to this world and go into the upper room.
That's restraint. So ultimately, it goes back to the question of whether or not he had the right to put his hands on him. So we go back to. All right, let's go to the next topic. I want to play a video. Let's see where we're at. Let's have a little. Where do we want to go with this? I want to talk about some facts. So everybody has probably heard about Elon Musk is giving $1 million to somebody every night until the election, and it is regarding his super PAC. So Elon Musk is vowed to give away $1 million a day until the election. Is this legal? What do you guys think before I get into it?
What's he giving it away for?
$1 million. He gives $1 million a day until the election for voters who sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendments.
Yep.
That's it.
I don't think that's illegal. I don't see nothing illegal about it.
Nope.
That's incentive to sign a petition.
And then the petition has nothing to do with the election.
Mm-hmm.
The legalities are so. This is all the news you're going to read, and the reason why we do some of this stuff is obviously people to be educated. When people are going, they're cheating. So 4 years ago, there was an OnlyFans model that was saying, "Send me your voter card for Joe Biden, and I will send you a nude." Turns out that's illegal because you're bribing somebody,
correct,
for doing for an actual vote. But and I'll play a video, we'll play a video on this one, but the legalities are likely to be scrutinized in the coming days, as I would imagine. I can't believe that this isn't all over CNN. Like, they're cheating because they can make up for it.
They are.
Are they already saying
they had Mark Cuban on to try to talk about it, whether it's legal or not. They had Josh Shapiro on trying to talk about it. And both of them have said, I don't quite like. Josh Shapiro is more against it, thinking that it probably is illegal, but couldn't come out confidently and say it. Mark Cuban was like, I don't think so. When I looked into it, I don't know what the FEC was going to do about it. They're trying.
That's
but
interesting.
People are not getting behind it because it's an incentive for you to sign a petition, not anything with the election.
Yeah.
Yo, Elon's a beast, bro. He probably, like the comment says, he probably got a lawyer that he got good advice from. Said, no, you can do it. Go for it. I got you.
And he does it just the right way here. And I'm going to show a video I watched it. I'm like, how does he say it? And it's key. It's super key. So let me go ahead and share this real quick. All right.
So, and then the next thing we'd like to do is to announce today's winner of the $1 million prize. So it's Christine Fischel. Would you like to come up?
You guys want a milli? What I will
That's
say is,
crazy.
I want you to watch. I want to play it through. I want you to watch her reaction to me.
Okay.
It's questionable if this is real. I'll say that.
She's really saying, The IRS won, not me. The IRS won. Because she's not going to get all of that.
So, as you may know, to assign a petition in support of a prize that is every day from now until the election. We're giving out $1 million prize that is, and all you have to do is sign a petition in support of the Constitution.
That's it.
It's very straightforward. You don't even have to vote. You don't have to.
His lawyer clearly said, make sure you say you don't even have to vote. And that completely is plausible deniability.
Vote. You just have to sign a petition saying you believe in the Constitution, which if you already believe in the Constitution, you're just signing something you already believe, and you can win $1 million. That's awesome.
I'm about to go sign it.
You got to live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, man.
Or there's like 8 other states, but it's not. You're not in one. Wait, no, you're not. Swing states.
I'm about to just try to message Elon and ask him if I could hold a meal.
I want you guys, like, she seems excited, but her speech, like, here's the reason I say this is, can you imagine?
I'd be out.
Anybody can sign this. What if a Kamala troll wins this? Like the level of scrutiny that will be faced. So I feel like I don't know. Just watch her quick speaking on it.
So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Is there anything you want to say?
Well, thank you so much I truly believe everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Truly, you don't need to be doing it. I know a lot of us feel the same way. Your wealth and responsibility you are using to save speech, and we just all appreciate it. We really do. So thank you so much.
I don't know, something like if you just won $1 million, like it's not like you just won $1,000. You just won $1 million.
Unless you already got money, she might already got her own money.
And that's the only other alternative that I could think of. It's like you just won $1 million. Like to me, like that to be like, I just thank you for what you're doing. Like I'd literally be like, I don't know. Maybe I might be overthinking it.
Man, listen.
She didn't win $1 million. How much did she win?
$680,000, $640,000.
Probably more like 400.
No, more than that.
Go look up at the Powerball and how much people get when it's like around $1 million. They don't even get 50%.
Well, it's because they do the one-time payout and then they get hit with taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. So it's about 600, 650. Yeah. But still, it's still 600, whatever. It's still 650. I think her reaction was
a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money right there,
people
dog.
are asking what states: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and North Carolina.
I have the link if you want to fill it out. So far, 3 people have won. No, 4 people. I don't know. John, Christine, and Shannon, all from different parts of Pennsylvania as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link. If you guys are from those areas, you do have to donate. Since we told you about it, you have to give money to us at one point. You can donate to Cash to Streetlights, and that's a tax write-off. So there's that.
Yep.
Do you guys got the link? We should throw that up too.
For the streetlights?
Yeah, for the streetlights, we're trying to give away some Thanksgiving dinners to a bunch of families.
Throw it up in the private chat. I'll put it up there.
Anybody wanting to donate, please do that.
If we've got the link, throw it up. Or whatever. Okay, so next I've got one quick question. We're close to wrapping up. So I was on the radio yesterday talking about the concept of voting early, which is typically something Democrats do and more so than Republicans, and obviously mail-in ballots. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't like early voting because the Democrats rig it. You know what? There is one school of thought that I have. First off, what is your guys' thoughts on early voting?
I was thinking about going to voting tomorrow. We're doing early voting out here. I was thinking about going up there and doing it, but I kind of want to go on the day, but I kind of want to just get it out of the way now.
Go ahead, Casey.
No, I 100% agree with it. I was saying it even in 2020 when everybody was making fun of me. Go vote early. Like, don't go and wait for election day. You run into the problems you had in Maricopa County and all of the other places, power outages and different stuff at polling stations. Just go vote early, get it done, so it's in the system. Like, I don't see why everybody makes a bigger deal out of it.
So I voted early. I voted early in both last elections. I get there a couple days early, whatever. I vote. What if? And again, I was listening on like back and forth on the radio before I talked, and I was like, what if? Because it's supposedly once you vote, it's locked in. Nobody can see it. They don't count the votes until November 5th. Or do they? And then you look at the point that now, if they're counting early voting early, they have a better idea of how much they need to change the vote. So that part, if you're into the conspiratorial side, I did that thought, and I'll still probably go vote early. That thought did cross my mind that voting early will show whoever needs to be in power, and it could be Republican or Democrat in local elections, national elections. It shows the trends and probably how much need to be manufactured, and it gives them more time to manufacture if you believe in that sort of thing.
Tell me how you orchestrate that.
I mean, the same way you orchestrate it in real time on election day, but you just have the planning and you know how much needs to be harvested and how much needs to be changed. And it's just one of those things in the back of my head.
It doesn't matter. Like even Joseph's comment is really like, it's dumb. If you're going to say a computer is programmed to cheat, it's programmed to cheat. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know ahead of time on how much you need to change.
But that's I don't know if I believe
a computer to always add.
I don't know if I believe in the machines being. I think that's the furthest stretch. I'm talking about what you saw in Atlanta, Georgia, when the women brought in a whole shitload of votes that somehow were part of the chain of custody.
Okay.
Like knowing how many stacks you need, or knowing how many things need to be delivered at 2-3 in the morning in Wisconsin.
I don't disagree with you that is possible. The problem that I see is how would you orchestrate that across multiple states and none of the information get out? That they're counting the votes already and giving a heads up on how many votes are already in the system.
I get
how you would have to orchestrate that and do that is weird.
Stretch. I'm just saying it's something that I thought about. That's all. And the thing is, I don't want to tell people to wait till the day to vote because you never know what happens in life. I would rather people go vote early.
I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go up there tomorrow and I'm gonna go vote.
Go tomorrow.
I thought that was an interesting point. That's all. I do want to cover one other topic before we wrap, which is this. Let's see. Recording time talking about Trump. While I'm finding this quote, let's talk about how great Trump's troll was this last week.
Freaking hilarious.
Between McDonald's and then the Al whatever dinner? What is it called?
Al Smith dinner.
Yeah. Al Thomas is one of our viewers. What'd you think about the roaster in chief, Casey?
Oh, I think Donald Trump killed it at the dinner. I didn't watch it live. I didn't expect a whole lot from it. And now I kind of regret it. I wish I would have. But I went back and watched all the clips. I thought he was hilarious. When he was like, I didn't know men could have periods until I met Tim Walz.
So good.
And then he's sitting there making fun of Chuck Schumer right next to Chuck Schumer, telling Chuck Schumer he still has a chance to be the first woman president in the United States. I think it's hilarious.
I don't know if you heard about the white guys for Kamala. There's a bunch of white guys out there. I don't think we have any of them here, do we? No, we don't have anyone here. But I will say that it's okay if they don't want to vote for me because their wives and their wives' lovers they'll be voting Trump 2024. It's a fact. I thought that was
a good one.
I lost it, bro. I lost it. I'm like, yo, this dude is the master troll. Straight up. He troll. You know what? It struck me as odd, though. Chuck Schumer being there and laughing at Trump's jokes.
I was going to get into that in a second. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go for it.
So what I found interesting, I was looking at I hate Chuck Schumer. It was interesting the relationship that they had at this dinner. Some of the laughing, some of the times Chuck Schumer didn't laugh. I was looking at corrupt Democrat lists where it's like done by Republicans. We dislike him for his policies. he's not on any of these weird, like, corrupt swamp lists. And
No, he's just weird. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think Chuck Schumer's a bad guy at all. I think he's just a weirdo.
And they talked about their like, I guess Trump gave him one of his first jobs or something. Like, there was an interesting relationship and something to be noted about Chuck Schumer in that moment. And I thought that it was really interesting. So,
to be real,
and he's a lying politician.
He's lying politician.
He might be yeah, for sure, but he's not the you know, them.
The evil.
Yeah.
I don't
think
he looks evil.
He's about his dollar. He's about that money. But you know, he's not
corrupt. He's
right.
corrupt, but he's not in the swamp.
I don't think Epstein vibes when I see him. Put it like that.
Right.
No, yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, so let me share this clip. I had it up and then I undid it. So let me share screen. So this to me is the ultimate misinformation that happens from our government and from the media that leads to shit like this.
Vice President Harris a question. What would it be?
I think I would ask her, how soon do you think we can get the Equality Act passed?
How about
First off, anybody idea what is the Equality Act?
I know somebody who knows. Hold on, I'll be right back.
He's not coming back. The Equality Act, it's HR 5.
I know, but what is an HR? I know it's an HR 5. What is it?
Okay, so the Equality Act is essentially it gives rights, equal rights, obviously, because you know the blacks, they all have equal rights. It gives equal rights to people like myself who were born this way. I mean, we deserve it.
So that's a good explanation of HR 5. But in all reality, I just laugh. I'm like, what equality do you not have, for fuck's sake? Anyways, all right, I'll continue. Where'd it go?
about Donald Trump?
I would ask him, do you see me as a human?
Oh,
Such a sad moment.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to get heated. I'm sorry because you're the dumb fucking asshole that started this shit that makes this person believe that Donald Trump does not view you as a human, because Donald Trump and most logical Americans don't want women to participate in men, or I'm sorry, don't want men to participate in women's sports and say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't allow 8-year-olds to transition because they can't even get a tattoo at 8 years old. But no, that's a huge, we have made people believe that Republicans, MAGA, and Trump think that we don't view transgenders as humans. That's what's led us to this point. And people like this woman, the reason I'm leaving her picture on here is the reason why this person that she is interviewing, I don't know what I don't know. That person believes this is because dumb bitches like her, and I don't think you've ever heard me say dumb bitches, but dumb bitches like her are the ones that have given this messaging over and over to make somebody feel as though they are so devalued by half of the population, when we do not feel that way. We do understand that there is a mental illness that causes somebody to believe some of the things that they are. I also believe there's mental illness in other people that are not transgender. Mental illness is a thing. Regardless, if somebody is mentally ill, they are still a human being. We all can agree that there is a fraction of 1% of people in this country that are hateful enough to think that that person is not a human being. Donald Trump is not it, and shame on this woman for that whole bullshit pause that she did. Go fuck yourself.
I don't know why she paused like that, other than, I mean, I felt a little bad for the was that a girl?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel bad. No, I'm not saying I don't feel bad for that person. I feel bad that they've been brainwashed.
You're right. That's what I was going to say. They think that people on the other side look at them as anything less than human. That's not the case at all. When I see somebody that is transgender, I don't think automatically, oh, they're not human. They're the scum of the earth. I don't think that at all. I got, you know, people that I know that are transgender. I'm cool with them. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I just disagree. This is my thing. I disagree with the mutilation of children. If you're a grown adult and that's what you want to do, then you do that. But that person looked young. That didn't even look like a full grown person. That looked like a teenager.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, in that mentality inside of that teenager, thinking that, you know, you're less human because of the way you are, instead of
Not
being
less.
like,
not human. They think that Trump thinks they're not human.
well, here's the thing. Why would you care what Trump thinks about you or anybody? The only reason that you would think that there's somebody's thinking anything about you being not human is if you think that what you're doing makes you seem not human. That's the thing. Like, you think that about yourself because you know that what you're doing is odd.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about people that, I'm not talking about like transsexuals. I'm talking about people that mutilate themselves. Like, there's a bunch of dudes that like to dress up in women's clothes because they like it or they think they look pretty or whatever. That's your thing. That's you. I ain't got no problem with you. But somebody that is going to the extent of literally mutilating their body, that to me is where I'm like, okay, there's something going on inside your head that's, you got to fix that, man. I mean, because you could potentially regret it. You're altering yourself in a way that you can't come back from. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing.
Let me respond to this and then go ahead, Casey. So, Equality Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex, sexual orientation. Jen, thank you, Ultimate Sleep, for saying exactly where we already are in society. Sexual orientation, gender identity, and employment, housing, public accommodations, education, federally funded programs, credit, and jury. In what fucking planet do we not already have all of these things in place? I have not, if anything, I have seen people that are part of the transformer community, as we will sometimes say, that get more rights, that get more support, that get more everything. They get more carte blanche. They get more freedoms to do things because we have to walk on eggshells with that situation. So how is the Equality Act necessary when it's already fucking equal?
No, and where you're missing it is this Equality Act is out farthest from Equality Act. This says here, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people commonly experience discrimination in securing access to public accommodations, including restaurants. What do we run into with someone trying to make a bakery forced to make a cake for a lesbian or gay couple? That's what this act does, is forces them that they have to service these people, which I don't agree with.
I disagree with that. I think that that's foul. If I don't want to do something with my business that I don't want to do, I mean, but the slippery slope with that is where can you draw the line? Can somebody say, I don't want you in here because you're black?
It's freedom of choice of who you're going to service in your store. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
not that I agree with it, but I'm just saying, like,
do you let the
freedom to choose?
Do you let the town square then decide? But then it's a slippery slope, because then stories can be changed. Like, say a black guy comes into my bakery and he's an asshole and he's a shitty customer. And then I say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to serve you because you're an asshole. And they go, no, it's because I'm black. And then they put it all over social media, and then my business gets destroyed. So it's kind of because I say let the town square decide. But at that token, that's kind of hard, because who knows the full backstory, which is why I feel like we need cameras on everything at this point. But there's that. I disagree. And
I think that the act should be passed.
No.
And this, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, right? In the instance of the cake maker, right? If you got a business and you're in the business of making cakes, you just make the cake. You ain't got to support what they're going to do with the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you're a pie maker, right? But they're going to take this pie and they're going to use it for American Pie, for the scene in American Pie. Are you okay with that? You know what I'm saying? Who cares what they're going to do with the pie, how they're going to do? That's their business. My job is to make the pie, sell the pie. That's that. I don't approve of what you're doing, and I'm going to pray a blessing over this pie that, you know, maybe you'll catch the spirit or something. But I don't feel like people should be disqualified.
The baker refused to make things satanic or sexual. So, I mean, again, it was a gay marriage. I have trouble with this one because I think that this is that gray area that there's a lot of conversation, like, but it's his belief system that, like, it's just this odd protection, and it's that one's tough. The gay baker, it's tough.
That one is it's really tough because I mean, were they forced to like have to make it gay? Like, did they have to make the cake like a gay cake?
Well, that's the next step. You know that, Cash.
Well, it was a man and a man holding hands on the top of the cake.
Well, you can't tell me what I can create. That's the thing. If somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I want you to make," look, here's the thing. If somebody comes into the bakery and says, "Hey, I would like for you to make me a cake," okay, cool. I'll make you a cake. Here, this is the way that we make our cakes. Well, no, I want it with a flaming rainbow dildo on the top of the cake. I'm sorry, that's against my religious beliefs. I don't make cakes with dildos. I don't support that in my business. There's nothing wrong with it. You could say no to that.
So
Go
Cash,
ahead.
I'm gonna make this even a more difficult situation. So you're a content creator now. Say you start getting people to pay you to create videos, right?
Right.
And you've got an open docket where you have some availability. You're making videos. You're doing creative content for people, and somebody comes to you and they say, "We want you to make a gay video of this, that, and the other." And
I'm gonna say no.
You what?
I'm gonna say no.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
Why can't I? That bill's not saying that I have to create a video for these people. I don't want you as clients. Why?
You just said the exact same thing about the
you don't want them as clients.
No, but that's a cake maker. That's different than me creating a content. I'm not gonna go make a gay porn for you.
No, it never said porn. Just like a gay, it never said porn. Say it's two guys that are getting married and they want to show a vacation and they're making out and all this stuff and it's gay content. It's the exact same thing as baking a cake. There's nothing graphic. They're just kissing, and they come to you, and you are no different than a cake maker. You are a free enterprise business. So do you make the video? It's not like it's you have
no.
So then you're
all right. I changed my stance. Then. If that's what the bill means, hell no. I'm all forget the bill. I just didn't want to be excluded because I'm black. That's all.
Here's the other problem I have with it is this would also force Hobby Lobby and stuff like that to support things that doesn't actually meet what they are actually condoning from a religious belief as an organization. And so you start encroaching on freedom. The answer is always more freedom. Like once you start restricting it, it never ends. And so you can't start with restricting it.
Wait, let me ask you this. Do I have to put my name on the video?
Oh,
like, are they going to tell?
The guy doesn't have to put his name on the cake. No, you don't have to put your name on it.
Well, then I might shoot it.
Yeah, but might is not an answer. It's if it becomes law, it's yes or no. Like if you've got an opening and they could claim discrimination, you're discriminating them for their sexual preference. Like for me, I'm not going to lie. I was raised poor. I'll make a gay video. I don't really care. I do video. Hey, if there's somebody gay in the comments and you need a video cut, and you're willing to pay, you want a painting, you tell me, bring it in. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not creating the scenes, right? I'm just recording and just doing a video edit. But if it's, I don't know, bro. This is too.
I told you it's a slippery slope. It's a gray area. All right. Let's see. Was there anything else I want to talk about? We did that.
Freedom.
Freedom. What do you mean freedom? No, I think that was it. That's all I got. Trump the roaster, Al Smith dinner, betting polls. That's it. Okay. Cash, go ahead and do talk about the merch.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. Jeez. I'm trying to hurry up and get off. What do you got? A hot date?
No. Well, no. We're going out to dinner.
I'm just kidding. No, but I do got something. So I went out today, right? And I went and I filmed myself talking to a whole bunch of different people about who they was voting for. Because I walk around where I live at, and on the upper class side of town, I live in a middle upper, I guess. And it's all like, you see Trump flags, you get a couple Kamala Harris and, wall signs here and there, but it's pretty much Trump. So I went around just talking with people. And bro, it was overwhelming Trump over here, which is crazy because I live in a straight up blue county.
Yeah, it's Indiana though. But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be uploading that. So you guys be on the lookout. It's going to be dope.
Rhonda, we were just talking to Stephanie, so hope everything goes well tomorrow. Send you some love. All right. What else? You want to do the? You want to talk about the merch and then the Freedom Box?
Yes. All right. So see the shirt? Unite. Don't fight. Be a street light. Proud to vote for Felon Trump 2024. See that hat Casey's wearing right there? Yeah, wakenotwokestore.com. That's where you can get all of our merch. Use Truth at checkout. You'll receive 20% off. I challenge everybody to go and get at least 100 items. That's it. It's not a lot. It's not a big ask. Just 100. Just get 100 items. No, but seriously, I would appreciate it if you guys go and do that. This is how I feed my family. All right. This right here, the merchandise and Freedom Box. If you're interested in Freedom Box, all you got to do is go to freedomboxinfo.com. What is Freedom Box? Freedom Box is all American made. You see that? Made in America, baby. That's what we promote over here. It's a way better product, quality items, made right here in America. It's healthier for you. It's healthier for the environment. And best part about it, you can earn an income too. All you got to do is tell people, hey, I got this from here, and then show them the site. And that's exactly how you earn money. Literally, it's that simple. So go to freedomboxinfo.com right now. Sign up. I'll get you in there and I will call you and we will chat.
Before I give you my pitch for Century H2O, real quick, and by the way, I'm going to be in Columbus this week. I'm probably going to be able to see Nelson and the company. They're doing something in there. Donald Trump Jr. is supposed to be there, iffy, but they're going to East Palestine and giving out a bunch of waters. But that's not what I was going to talk about. Next week, I'm actually hosting an event, so we have to decide. We could decide it now. We can decide it later. What night we do the show? Can't do it Wednesday either. I have well, that's the night of the event. So call me from 888. Anyways, so next week maybe put off. Don't know when. Oh, that's a good one. We can hooligan rolling. I don't know. I don't know when we'll do next. We got to do at least one show before the election. We'll do something. I just don't know when it's going to be. I guess call this person for hand job in Thailand. That's what that says.
It says marriage.
Is that what that means?
Well, can we get this translated? What else was I going to say? And also, I think Thursday night of this week is probably the night I'm going to do it. I did it before the 2020 election. I will probably do a live where I go on my personal page and invite people to come on that are not. And again, this doesn't relate to most of the people here, but they can sign on and we can have a discussion of why a normal, decent individual that is pro-gay marriage, that is somewhat pro-choice, can potentially and how possibly I could be voting for Donald Trump. So I'll probably do that on my personal page on Thursday night. Also for my Wednesday night speaking class, people from this group have jumped on those classes. So let me make sure I put that up. If you like to do Toastmasters or have ever done that or want to get out of your comfort zone, go to doubledownspeaking.com every night, Wednesday at 6. Tomorrow we got plenty of open spots. So go ahead and join. If you'd like to pop in, just doubledownspeaking.com. That's how you register. It is free. It is live. It is fun. And then lastly, Century H2O, Patriot-owned company. Century H2O is the .com is the website. Use Russo10 for 10% at checkout. The water's so good, even though I'm drinking coffee, which I use the water to make it.
Water so clear, you can't even see it.
Yeah. So cash.
Got to remember where I couldn't see it. I literally was looking all over.
It's because it wasn't an EBT card. All right. Oh, black joke. Just kidding.
You probably got child corn on your computer. White joke. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not the CEO of Abercrombie and bitch. All right. There it is right there. Thanks. I appreciate it. Who's Creole Queen? She's always helping out with all the links, and I don't always.
She is my mod, and she's dope. Creole Queen, yes, we do, but we already put it out. I don't know if there's anything left on there to grab. I'll just inbox me, message me.
What are you looking at? What are you looking for?
Nothing. Just okay. Just keep going.
All right. God bless, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you. And yeah, I do my daily truths every day. Cash.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Casey, do you have anything to say before we get out of here?
Don't trust the government.
Never trust the government.
Love it when he does.
Oh,
that.
actually, one more thing. Free has an awesome show he's doing right now. We went over, but jump over to Free on X, Freedom for Us for All. He is talking with Terry, which Terry has a very unfortunate circumstance during COVID. She lost her brother to COVID, and there was a whole bunch of malpractice, and she has the legislature in Oklahoma involved. a whole bunch of things. So go tune into that. It's going to be a multi-part series, but they're going to talk about everything and how they're potentially going to have something ruled in their favor because it looks very promising right now.
Real quick, speaking of somebody was saying that they got a couple other people registered to vote. So fun fact on that Elon thing, according to the website, in appreciation for your support, you'll receive $47 for each registered voter you refer that signs the petition. I don't know how they're tracking. I don't know how they're doing codes, but it's Elon. I'm sure he can do it. So go ahead again. There's that petition. If you can make 40, if I lived in those states, I'd be on that shit like white on rice.
Before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to Casey. I want to give a shout out to Dawn and Dan. Let's give them a round of applause. That's for you, Casey.
Really loud.
Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't know it was going to be that loud. My bad. But the reason why I just gave them a round of applause right now, all right, is because Casey got himself a new computer built, right? And decided from the goodness of his heart, because I'm working off a piece of crap, to give me his computer that he's rebuilding. This man went and got a new graphic card and all types of stuff and literally is building me a computer out of his old computer parts that is 10 times better than my computer. So I got to give you a shout out for that, my brother. I appreciate you. All right. I really do. Thank you. I got to give a shout out to Dawn and Dan, because Dawn and Dan, y'all already know, have been instrumental, right, in me coming home and being able to do for my family and all the things that I do, you know, creating content and all of this. I'm only able to do it as good as I do. The round of applause that you just heard came off of this machine that was sent by Dawn and Dan. The Hero 8 the Hero 13, the GoPro. Dawn and Dan sent that because they're like, we want you to have the best quality. We want you to have all the tools to be successful at what you do. So I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And there's a ton of other things that they do that I'm just, if I tried to mention everything right now, we'd be here for another 15, 20 minutes. All right. But shout out to y'all. I appreciate you guys. All of y'all. Russo, freaking love you, bro. I don't know what else to say other than I got the best freaking team on the planet. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I love you guys. That's it. Unite. Don't fight. Be a street like. It's only you can be the change you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. That's a fact.
Woo!
Uh-huh.
Even you can't do the Hulkamania. I mean, it's Trumpomania. You can't do the yeah, brother.
My bad. I messed it up.
God, you messed it up.
Yeah, brother. That's right. Vote Trump 2024 if you have a brain.
You know who doesn't have a brain?
The Scarecrow?
This guy.
Oh. Oh. Hey.
Why didn't we? So we should have. I should have touched on that. I got to look into that. I want to look into it so I can. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
He admitted to lying in 2023. It's old news, but
yeah.
Anyways, take it easy.
Yeah. All right.
I just realized I might know who this is. By the way,
who is it?
It's
because I'm dying to know.
Well, it's a golf photo, so it could be Corey.
You think so?
I don't know. He's like a semi-pro golfer.
Corey?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know the guy that hates everything that is white also is a country clubber.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you don't know, now you know. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's that.
That's my type of white right there.